RoadRunners, we have Nick with the talk, we have Charlie with the challenge, and we have a classic craft that's coming back. So let's go and get involved.
Okay, so you should have your 2 strips of paper. I've actually got 2 sets just so I can do it twice, and then if you miss it the first time, hopefully you'll see it the second time. If you've just got 1 strip of paper, that's fine, just yours will be smaller, so just skip out the first bit. And the first thing we're going to do is join the 2 pieces of paper together to make one long strip. Okay, we only want the join to be quite small and then it can be hidden, so you can see how much I'm going to cover there. So you just need to put a bit of glue. I've got a tape pen, don't worry, but yeah, a bit of glue just on the end of one, and then just stick that together. Like I say, tiny bit we're just joining up. Okay, I'm going to do the same with my second one while you do your first one, your only one. Okay. Okay, so hopefully you've got one long strip of paper now. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to fold one side, so I'm doing the right, into the middle. Now can you see, we can see where the join is. We're just going to fold it so it kind of, the join bit comes up. If you see what I mean? So we're going to fold it to make a right angle where the join is. So that will cover the join up then eventually. Okay, so I'm just going to, there we go, fold that up. There we go, so I've got a right angle there. Okay, so the right side's come up, and then I'm going to do the same here. Okay, so I've got a right angle there. Okay, I'll give you a second to catch up. Okay, right, what we're going to do next is we're going to fold that strip. Okay, the top one we've just put up, we're going to now fold it under and then back to the top. Okay, so we fold it down and then back up again. So it's going to look pretty much the same as what it did when we started with, but it creates a square at the back. Okay, so I'm going to show you that again. Okay, so with this one, so this is how we've had it before. We're going to, the top piece, we're going to fold under, right, flat at the top, we'll crease it down, like that, so it goes to the bottom, and then it's going to come back up on itself, so we create a square there, so it's still got that backwards L shape. Okay, I'll give you a second to catch up. Okay, so now we're going to bring that left hand side and we're going to fold it all the way over. Again, nice and neat in the middle. Okay, so now we've got an L shape. And we'll do the same with this one. Okay, so the left side comes all the way over the middle to make that L shape. Okay, so now, and this can be a bit tricky, we're going to take the right of the L and we're going to go thread it through the back. There's like a square that you've created in the back. Now because of our join, it might be a bit tight to put through, but you can see I've managed to just thread it through. So we want to thread that all the way through, right to the end. Okay, like that. Keep it nice and neat. I'll do the same with this one so you can see. So again, my right of my L, I'm going to go through the back. There's like a little, you can see a little envelope we've created. I'm going to split it through so it comes through there, and I'm going to pull it through all the way through to the end like that, and I'm just going to crease it down there. Okay, so now we're going to create that fancy loop bit that we find on a palm cross by taking the top part and we're going to pull it forward, and we've got that square that we're going to thread it through. Okay, so we don't want to crease it this time, we just want to make it quite loose. Okay, and so this can be adjusted afterwards, so don't worry too much about that. So I'm just literally thread it through and then leave it like that. Okay, same with this one. So I'm going to bring the top piece down and just thread it through that top square and just pull it a bit, but not flatten it. Okay, right. Okay, give you a second to do that. Okay, so now we're going to make the left hand part of our cross, and we're going to go behind this time. So we're going to thread it through, again, the square in the middle, but from behind. Okay, so you can see I'm going behind. Now it's quite hard to know exactly how far to go because we're going to fold this back as well. So we actually want it shorter than we'd think we want, and we're going to flatten this one down as well. So I'm going to do it a tiny bit more. We can always trim some off as well if you need to. So I'm going to do it maybe that long, I think. See? Okay. So with that, like I said, this one's going to be folded in, and I'm going to do the same on this one. Okay, so again, we're making the left side of the cross. We're going to take the left side and we're going to put it through the back. Thread it through that square at the back, you can see, and pull it through. And it's kind of a bit of a guess. You can always move it a bit afterwards if you find you've got too much or not enough. I'm going to go back there, I think, and flatten it down. And then the last bit, we're going to create the right hand side. So this time we're going to pull it forward and again through there, through that. It's quite tight now because we've got lots of pieces of paper that have all gone through that gap, but if you can squidge it through, and when it starts to come out you can actually pull it inside as well. If you find it easy, you can actually go through the back, but then it just means that you can see it's a bit easier. It's a bit neater to do it. I'm just pulling it from the middle now. There you go. And then you just want to make it kind of even. That'll do. And then flatten it, and then you can always adjust this then. And there's that palm cross. Okay, so I'm going to go back and do this one now. So again, you can go through the front. If you want to, you can go through the back. Let me show you through the back. Just if you're struggling, it just means it shows at the back, but that's fine. Just through there, and then when it's even, just hold it, and then you can adjust the top part, and there is your palm cross.
Ready, on your mark, get set, go. Oh, I've still got 5 seconds. So, I managed 37. How many did you do?
Hello, RoadRunners. Do you like holidays? I don't mean just school holidays. I mean when you go away somewhere exciting, somewhere you haven't been before. Well, I guess at the moment we're all wondering when we shall be able to do that again. Here's a picture of me on holiday on Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Now, you may be wondering why I'm talking about holidays today. And you may also be wondering why I'm showing you this picture. Well, there are 2 reasons. Firstly, this Sunday is when we think about a holiday that Jesus went on. And secondly, just like me, he went somewhere with lots of palm trees. But his holiday wasn't in Brazil. It was to Jerusalem. It was the Passover holiday. And just like me in the picture, he was in a place with lots of palm trees. The place would have been heaving with tourists, Jews, Greeks, Gentiles, and the occupying Roman force would have been there with extra numbers to keep the peace. Pontius Pilate would have arrived in person specially for this holiday season. Now, Jesus knew Jerusalem quite well, and he knew this visit would be no holiday for him. He'd come to fulfill his mission, and he decided to enter the city in a very special way. Many centuries before, a man called Zechariah had said a king would arrive in Jerusalem. The people knew that kings rode into cities on horses if they were conquering kings of war. They also knew that kings who came to bring peace rode donkeys. And Zechariah said that this king would be coming into Jerusalem on a donkey. So Jesus rode on a donkey. He'd probably arranged on a previous visit for someone to have the donkey available. He told his disciples where they would find it and what to say to the owner, so it would be okay. The crowd, some of whom would have seen Jesus before, realised what was happening. When conquering kings arrived, people laid their coats on the ground, so they did that. And they shouted words from Psalm 118, "Blessed is the name of the Lord and he who comes." The words "is he who comes" are another name for the Messiah, the one who saves. But to show how excited they were, they also laid palm leaves from the trees onto the ground. And they shouted, "Blessed is the coming kingdom of our father David, and Hosanna." They knew Jesus was descended from the line of David, and Hosanna meant save now. So, today we are celebrating a day called Palm Sunday, the beginning of what we call Holy Week. The end of the week is Easter, when we remember what Jesus did for us all in Jerusalem that week. We usually mark today by making and sharing palm crosses to remind us of the cross, and also to remind us that Jesus had nails put through the palms of his hands. Maybe you've made a palm cross. They remind us of Palm Sunday and of what happened next. So have a great week and enjoy Easter. Bye. God bless.
Hopefully you all really enjoyed that. I did. Thanks for the talk, Nick. Really good points there to think about. Thank you, Charlie, as well. What we're going to do is I have a couple of notices before we go. The number one thing is we are going to be taking a break from RoadRunners at Home. Don't panic, we will be back. And even better than that, and this is a date for your diaries, it's also in the email, the 11th of April, we are going to meet together in the park. Details will be coming up. It's going to be for about an hour, all going to plan. We will let you know the details within the next week or so. But yes, the 11th, we finally get to meet together outside in the park. More likely going to be in the afternoon. I will confirm it all on email. The other thing to know is, and it's going to come up below me here, we have an email address. We want to do a new series, but we want you guys to be involved even more. And so this email address, kids@springfieldchurch.org.uk, email in any question you have about anything, and we will come up with a series based on your questions. And if you don't get as many questions in as we would think you could, I'm sure you've all got loads of questions you want to throw at the leaders. But we will have some questions that will also come up at the end of each week for you then to choose. If you can't think of one, you can choose one of those. So that's all going to be happening. Get emailing in your questions. Also, if you do any craft or stuff, that's the place to send it. So email it all into there, so then we have evidence. We can all put it up online. We can see and share each other's craft. We are going to start meeting, probably going to be every couple of weeks or every month to start with, and then slowly get into a rhythm. Well excited for that. So look forward to seeing you all on the 11th. Have a great Easter break. We will be back, don't panic, and we'll be back with questions and different series. So ask us your questions, email in your pictures. Let's be seeing what you've been doing and what you've been up to. and we will see you very soon. Have a great week. God bless and goodbye. One final thing before I forget. Easter packs. If you would like an Easter pack, please email me before Wednesday and we will get an Easter pack out to you. I know it's late notice, really sorry about that, but they will be ready for Wednesday and they're to use alongside our Good Friday experience. If you don't know about that, you'll be getting an email from John about that, but on Friday we're going to do a Good Friday experience like we normally do, and this Easter pack is designed to go alongside that. So both us and our parents can get involved and enjoy and spend some time thinking about what Jesus did at Easter. So get your parents to email me in as soon as possible, straight after this, to say you would like an Easter pack, and we'll get them out to you. See ya!